I'm here with Kauli Seadi, Jason Polakow and Werner Gnigler to talk about the new Twinser quad line. I think there's no question that the Twinser and quad boards have big advantages in sideshore conditions and that all of the top riders are using them now. Now Kauli, you initiated it all and you've been working really hard with Werner to develop the new line. What were you trying to achieve?
Yeah, I think pretty much we realized that there is no other better setup, than the Twinser and the quads for sideshore conditions. And we wanted to improve these to make these boards more all around, and I really think we achieved that.
I can imagine that this wasn't easy to achieve.
Yeah, it was not easy, but Werner at the same time, he's super systematic and he really liked to work with the numbers, and he's very precise on every measurement, and so we can develop the board step by step and really make progress, So I think this year we really achieved what we wanted to make these boards very high performance in all around.
Now Werner, knowing Kauli, you probably had to make quite a few different concepts and boards.
Oh, yes, you can say that. So since all different concepts have advantages in certain conditions, it wasn't easy to find a good compromise between all the different concaves, double concaves and V-flows, but I think we ended up with a good solution.
So what did you finally end up with?
The concept Kauli and the guys like the most is a double concave midsection running into a flat V towards the tail. The nice thing about that concept is the double concaves give a lot of bite in the turns, and the increasing V towards the tail, they create additional curve in the rail line, which is really good for riding waves down the line. By achieving that, we could get away with a rather flat scoop rocker line, which helps you obviously getting going and is much faster than the curvy boards we used to have.
Didn't you also move the volume around compared to the last generation?
Yeah, that's right. We moved the volume slightly back, so this gives much more buoyancy around the mast base and where the foot straps are. The big advantage of that is it's much more stable when you're not planing, and it's easier to push the board onto the plane. Another advantage which goes hand in hand is it allowed us to move the foot straps slightly back, so that's a big advantage in small waves.
And Kauli, what about the rails of the boards?
The rails are overall slightly thinner than last year. Also the tuck, that's a soft tuck. It makes the boards super easy to maneuver, especially when you are carving, to do cutbacks and all this. You can dig them easier in the water, for carves. And overall the boards are really easy to maneuver, for areas and stuff like this.
And can you still use them as Twinsers or as quads?
Yes, definitely. As a Twinser setup, we normally recommend to use maybe a 2 cm bigger fin than what you use for a quad setup. And the twin, it's a little bit slightly looser, maybe for smaller waves you use a twin setup. And of course, if you want more control and all this, then you go for a quad setup, which it gives you all that extra grip, and also sometimes helps a little bit of ability to go upwind. So you can play around and choose for the condition you have on the day, if you want to go as a twin or a quad.
And could you just sum it up for us?
Yeah, basically, as we said before, the boards, we really made a good compromise. I think finding the board that will work great for the conditions we mostly have on the tour, that there is a lot of onshore places where you need to have the boards going fast, turn quick on small little waves, and still when you come to places like Maui and Indonesia, whatever, or Brazil, and you have down the line proper wave riding, and you also wanted to curve and draw nice lines, have a good control with the rail of the boards. So I think overall the boards that we came up with, they really do what we want. We can go easy upwind, and we can have the boards going really fast. We can have them turning good. So I'm super happy with them, and I think overall we kind of have magic boards, for the World Tour especially. And was great to work with Werner this year again. He's really patient and he's really trying to find exactly what I want. And overall it was a fun year working on the boards.
Now Jason, speaking about fun, you're not doing the tour anymore, but you are chasing giant waves all over the globe. And I know that many riders are pretty jealous that you can just go away and do that. Can you tell us what you got up to last winter?
Yeah, I've paid my dues. I've been on the tour for almost 20 years, and now I'm leaving it to these younger guys to take over and pay their dues. But yeah, as you said, I'm really fortunate that I can take the time out and just do what I want, which is chasing down big waves. So I spent the whole season last year just doing that. Had a great time in Fiji at Cloudbreak, which is a really remote location in the South Pacific. Got a huge swell there. And then this winter we had a couple of big swells at Jaws. And I've just been trying to step it up, when the conditions have been getting big. I've been trying to do some aerials and things like that, and still trying to be a little bit safe because, a few years ago I did, almost drown. So, I'm just trying to have fun and push it and just see what I can come up with. And hopefully next year, it's going to be, or this year I should say, it's going to be just as good.
And have you been involved in the development as well?
No, I certainly have, but not as much as Kauli and the team. Those guys are, using the boards in different conditions all around the world, where I'm just, basically chasing down big waves. But, I do get to try the boards in the final stages. And I must say, it's just amazing how much the boards improve, especially in the range of use from year to year.
Okay, thanks guys. I'll be watching you all out on the water, and if I can get my hands on one of the boards, I'll definitely get out there and join you.
Right on.
Yeah, go out there.